Wayyiqra Chapter 2. And when anyone brings a grain offering to Yahuah, his offering is to be of fine flour. And he shall pour oil on it and put frankincense on it. And he shall bring it to the sons of Aaron, the priests, and he shall take from it his hand filled with fine flour and oil with all the frankincense. And the priest shall burn it as a remembrance portion on the altar, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuah. And the rest of the grain offering is for Aaron and his sons, most set apart of the offerings to Yahuah by fire. And when you bring as an offering a grain offering baked in the oven, it is of unleavened cakes of fine flour mixed with oil, or unleavened thin cakes anointed with oil. But if your offering is a grain offering on the griddle, it is of fine flour, unleavened, mixed with oil. Divide it into bits and pour oil on it. It is a grain offering. And if your offering is a grain offering in a stewing pot, it is made of fine flour with oil. And you shall bring to Yahuah the grain offering that is made of these, and shall present it to the priest, and he shall bring it to the altar. And the priest shall take from the grain offering a remembrance portion and burn it on the altar, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuah. And the rest of the grain offering is for Aaron and his sons, most set apart of the offerings to Yahuah made by fire. No grain offering which you bring to Yahuah is made with leaven, for you do not burn any leaven or any honey in an offering to Yahuah made by fire. Bring them to Yahuah as an offering of the firstfruits, but they are not burned on the altar for a sweet fragrance. And season with salt every offering of your grain offering, and do not allow the salt of the covenant of your Elohim to be lacking from your grain offering. With all your offerings you bring salt. And if you bring a grain offering of your firstfruits to Yahuah, bring for the grain offering of your firstfruits green heads of grain roasted on the fire, crushed heads of new grain. And you shall put oil on it and lay frankincense on it. It is a grain offering. And the priest shall burn the remembrance portion from its crushed grain and from its oil, with all the frankincense, an offering made by fire to Yahuah.